Hey, I'm Johnny. I'm really excited to share a little bit of my story with you today. I grew up as a missionary kid. So my father's a missionary, and so I lived in Africa for part of my life. And growing up, I was around a lot of Christians and a lot of really Christ-like examples. Growing up, seeing that, I always kind of felt like I was just I couldn't really be a part of it. I could do the same actions and try and be like a good Christian kid, but there was something missing. I didn't really necessarily know what it was, but it was clear that they had something driving them. And by the time I got into high school, I got pretty good at looking like a Christian on the outside. But when I was with my friends behind closed doors, I was doing anything but. And then when I was a senior in high school, my best friend committed suicide, and that really pushed me as far away from God as I could get. I didn't really want anything to do with anybody who was trying to live a Christian life. I just wanted to really just numb the pain. And then a little time passed, and when I graduated high school uh, in Kenya, my family moved back to the U.S. for college for me. The end of my sophomore year is really when things started to change a little bit, where I saw that everything that I had worked so hard to get, all the money, the friends, just left me empty, and that space that I was focused so much on trying to numb the pain with money and partying and being popular, that was the space that was meant for God. And at that time, I just couldn't see that. And so I just completely broke through meetings with the school. We decided it would be best for me to drop out, and so I moved back home with my parents in Nashville. And there was one Sunday where it was a clear change, where the service was talking about the same things that I had heard my entire life, about Jesus dying for your sins and washing away and taking up your sins so that you no longer have to bear the burden. But that Sunday, through just everything that had happened up until that point, there was a clear shift in the way that I heard and felt those words, that it was like I really just saw them for what they were, as truth, and I just felt overwhelmed by his love. And it was just like, from that point on, I had a clear path of where there was hope for my life. I no longer had to just wallow in the sins and shame of my life. That I had a path that I could follow, where someone else was with me to bear those burdens that I can't bear on my own. About a year later, I decided to move to Memphis. So I moved here in 2018, and at that point, I didn't know anybody, and it was clear that the change in my life to become a Christian didn't make life easier, but it made it so that the troubles and the struggles of life I no longer had to deal with alone. I had someone to go to find rest and peace. And that just made all the difference. And just really being a part of a church has just changed my life in a lot more ways than I really know how to express. It's made it so that I really feel like I have a place to go to express my struggles and my hurt, and be heard, and not always feel like I have to be fixed, but know that like there's people that care for me, and always know that God is with me in this time, and that I can always run to him. So that's my story, and I'm really excited to get baptized today.